Boom! It's the Sebs Show, motherfuckers. Coming at you live. It's your boy Sebs. You already know what it is. It's the first time I'm doing actually one of these episodes, the UFC picks only episode. I'm gonna be giving you my picks on Johnson vs. Reis coming this weekend from Kansas City, Missouri, on April 15th. It's actually live on television, so it's free to everybody. No pay-per-view this time. I think it's a strong card, man. I really like this card from top to bottom. Some passes, like as in fights, you know. Some actually not too many. But man, I think it's a pretty strong card, especially for a free one. That's for sure. But on this episode, on these shows, I'll be doing these once a week. Well, kind of once a week, because the UFC puts on an event pretty much once a fucking week anyways. So whenever the UFC has an event, I'll be doing these shows, these picks. I'll be giving you my picks from top to bottom, why I like, who I like, who's my most confident picks, underdogs you should be watching out for, why I like these guys, everything, man. And yeah, pretty juiced to get this started. Wouldn't have done this though. I have to give a big shout out to all these guys who got to start subscribing to all their YouTube channels. Please subscribe to Half the Battle with my boys Dan Levin, Sean Carey Tattoo on Twitter. He is Best Fight Picks and Sean Carey Tattoo. Man, they're fucking awesome. They're a dynamic duo. Their gamble guide, their breakdown on everything is just like brilliant. Also, Will Martin MMA. I really like Will Martin. His breakdown as well. He does it. I like him because he usually does it before a lot of the odds come out. So he has a super unbiased opinion. Just like myself for today. I'm doing it on Monday, so none of the odds are out. There's only, I think, the Jacare fight versus Whittaker, the co-main and then the main. That's it right now. But already from there, I have some nice picks from there. I'll be giving you guys. But yeah, follow Will Martin MMA on, I think he's on Twitter and on YouTube. Will Martin and then Will Martin MMA. I've been into listening to Anik and Florian too. Florian's been breaking down fights real good. I like how he breaks them down. I know I'm a little late, but I like how he breaks it down. I like how Shaw breaks down his fights on the Big Brown Breakdown. Kind of has a biased opinion sometimes, but he tells you that. But he tells you the fights he doesn't. I like Shaw's breakdowns as well. And last but not least, man, MMA Kelton. Go follow him on Twitter and on YouTube. He has some real good videos. Usually does them with my boy Rockstar Z from Muskoka. Big shout out to Rockstar Z. You gotta keep that fellow Canadian. I'm from Mississauga, so big shout outs to all those boys right there. Subscribe to them if you haven't already, and they have some real good breakdowns. So yeah, man, let's get this started. This card's looking real good. We're gonna start with the Fight Pass prelims, the first fight. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. Haven't watched a whole bunch of fucking film on both these girls. I know Ashley Evans-Smith from the top of my head beat Marion Renault. She's beat Veronica, what's her name? Veronica Maciado. And she lost her first fight against Rocky Pennington. I like Ashley Evans-Smith, man. Good. She's a good grappler. I like her on the ground. I think she has super good strength. She can go the whole 3 rounds, as we saw. Her takedowns are pretty damn fucking efficient as well. I don't know too much about Caitlin Viera other than that fight against Kelly Fashels. She looked good in that fight too, but I think Ashley Evans-Smith's stand-up is a little bit more superior than Caitlin's. When they both go to the floor, or if it gets there, I do give a little bit of an edge to Ashley Evans-Smith. I know Caitlin Viera is a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu, I'm pretty sure, or a black belt in Judo. One of the two, or if not both. I know her judo takedowns are ridiculous, but yeah, I don't have much. I didn't watch much film on this one, so guys, this said pass for me on the card betting wise. But I do like Ashley Evans Smith in decision. Yeah, I think she's superior in the stand up game. Once it hits the floor, she can definitely hold her own. If not, she's better. But yeah, Ashley Evans Smith for me, guys. Right after that, we got Zach Cummings versus Nathan Coy. Zach Cummings coming off a nice armbar in his last performance. Tough son of a bitch. Hard-nosed fucking guy. He's only lost against Ponzinibbio and Gunnar Nelson, so two pretty good fighters right there. Obviously, Gunnar Nelson, I'd give him close to top 5. Ponzinibbio probably top 15. But man, so he's only lost really to the upper echelon of guys in the UFC. His last fight was against Yakovlev. Got him that nice armbar. So we know he's very dangerous on the floor. Great takedowns. His striking is not too bad as well. I don't know too much about Nathan Coy other than I know he trains at, I'm pretty sure, he still trains at American Top Team. His last fight was against Jonathan Webb when Cerrone fought the other fake cowboy from Brazil. So that was a while ago. That was over a year ago. Pretty much I like Zach Cummings in this fight, man. This is another pass for me, but I do like Zach Cummings. Probably submission in the 3rd round I'd give him. I think he's superior on the floor. Superior, probably it's going to take a lot for Nathan Coy to put him to sleep as well. So I do like Zach Cummings. Next fight, probably one of my most confident picks. Aljamain Sterling versus Augusto Tequino Mendes. Right off the top, I'm going to tell you who I'm picking, guys. I'm taking Aljamain Sterling. I'll tell you why. I know Tequino has a pretty dangerous fucking ground game. As you can see, he got that his last fight against Frankie Saenz was awesome. His first loss, his first fight in the UFC was against Cody Garbrandt. Cody, nothing there. You know, that's the UFC champion. Obviously, can't expect too much against him. Cody will knock your fucking lights out, as will anybody in the bantamweight. He'll knock out anybody. I think he has the hardest hands. But yeah, sorry. Going back to Augusto Mendes here. Good ground game, definitely very, 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 very good jiu-jitsu. So something Sterling has to be worried about. But other than that, not scared at all. I think this is a big play on Sterling. I'm putting him on some nice parlays. Definitely superior wrestling. He's a division, I know it's division 3, but he's division 3 All-American wrestler. Trains at Sarah Longo BJJ, so you know the kid's no slouch on the fucking floor, that's for sure. His scrambling is real good, so it's going to be hard for Tequino to wrap up any submissions. He's going to have to get him in something really good and really crazy. And it's not like the kid can't hold his own on, like it's gonna be hard for Tequino to even take him down. So I think this fight stays standing up until Aljamain chooses to fucking take this to the floor, and when he does, I think he has the advantage even on the floor. But I think it stays standing up. I'd say 2nd round TKO for my boy Aljamain Sterling. He's coming off that tough loss against Rafael Assunção, and 2 straight losses. I know he lost against Brian Caraway, a fight a lot of people picked him to win. I picked him to win. Brian Caraway came up with the upset, but that fight against Assunção, I think tough split decision there. It was just like, man, they respected each other a little bit too much in there, and that's just not the Aljamain Sterling. He's the funk master for a reason. He brings it every time. He does that. He has his crazy grappling game. I think he's actually one of the best bantamweights, potential-wise. I think he has a very big potential to be something great in this division. Kid's young still, man. He's only 27, so he's not young, but he's in his prime. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do like Aljamain Sterling. Gonna be putting him on some nice parlays, that's for sure. I don't see any way of Taquino taking him down even to try and, with that heavy. He doesn't even have a heavy top game. Not super heavy, especially against Aljamain, but I don't see him taking down Aljamain. I think they'll stay standing for a while, and Aljamain just picks him apart. Moving on to Andrew Sanchez versus Anthony Smith, guys. Anthony Smith, just quick on him. His last fight was against Mutapic, lost against Cesar Ferreira, lost against Braga Neto. He's beat Leandro Augusto. I have not even a clue who fucking Leandro Augusto Laco is, but he beat him. Questionable performance. I know he beat Mutapic and everything. This guy's good. He has strong hands. Fucking, he's good standing up. Super good jiu-jitsu. But I think Andrew Sanchez is just far superior. I think this guy has the potential to become a top 10 in this division. If he puts his striking together, he has a very, very, very good ground game, as you saw. I know Khalil Roundtree isn't the best guy to go against there or the best comparison to see how good your ground game is, but he did master him on the floor, and then he did the same thing to Trevor Smith, who's actually holds up on the floor, guys, and he just pounds you out on the floor. So Andrew Sanchez does have a little bit of a stand-up. I'd like to see him use it more, and I know it's progressing every time. He has the potential to be something big, though, I think, in this division. I think he's a strong wrestler, good takedowns, holds you down, heavy top game, heavy ground and pound. Man, I like Andrew Sanchez in this fight. Not, I wouldn't say my most confident, but I do like him. I really like him in this fight. Next is Devin Brown Bear Clark versus Jay Collier. Devin Clark moving up to 205 from 185. I think he's 1-1 in 185. He won against Stansbury, lost against Nicholson. Quick on Devin Clark, good wrestler, man. Watched him on Dana White looking for a fight. Dana White found him. Kid was fighting at light heavyweight. Dana White told him, "You don't look like a light heavyweight, man. You gotta go down to middleweight. You're not big enough for that division." So he fought at middleweight. I guess he didn't feel too comfortable making that weight cut or something, because now he's back at 205 once, which is weird too, because he got his last win against Stansbury. Questionable one, but fuck, he did beat Stansbury at one. Or no, was that? Sorry, guys, that was at 205. I just took that in. Stansbury's definitely can't make 185. So he beat Stansbury at 205. So I guess that's his division where he feels good. He did look good against Stansbury. Man, he's real fast, good takedowns, but Stansbury hits fucking hard as well. And Devin Clark looked a little bit chinny against Jay Collier. It's gonna be hard, man. Jay Collier is a good striker. Knocked out Alberto Uda on that Thomas Almeida Cody Garbrandt card not too long ago. It's a good fight overall. When it comes to on the feet, Collier definitely has the advantage without a doubt. Goes to the floor, Devin Clark has the advantage. And I think Devin Clark gets him to the ground. So I'm going with Clark here by decision. It's probably a pass for me on this fight, man. But I do like Devin Clark. There's no odds right now, guys, obviously. So I think that's a pick 'em, but I wonder what all these odds are gonna be afterwards. Because I'm doing this on Monday right now. Next fight is I've been going back and forth like a motherfucker on this one. Louis Smolka versus Tim Elliot. Now Tim Elliot just won TUF 24. He was in the UFC, got cut, went to where did he go? Well, he won the flyweight championship wherever he went. RFC, I think it was RFA. And came back, looked good against Demetrius, man. Gave him some problems on the floor even. I think he's a blue belt or a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, but man, his ground game, it's pretty good, Tim Elliott. Very unorthodox fighter, the way he stands, kind of like tries to emulate Dominic Cruz. I've heard him say in an interview that he helped Dominic Cruz before train for a fight, so he saw like the way he was... sorry guys. Nice burp there, eh? Bitch burp. But he saw the way he was training for a fight. He liked the way he was fighting. Tried to emulate him as best as he can. And it's been working so far, man. Smolka's coming off 2 losses. Obviously, the tough. He is a big favorite against Brandon Moreno. I think Brandon Moreno is one of the legit prospects, obviously, in this division. So nothing to hang your hat. You should have beat him first fight, short notice, but kid was game as fuck. He was there to fight, you know. Came to play. Choked out Louis Smolka. Louis Smolka comes back, fights Ray Borg. Ray Borg takes this guy down at will. So as we know, his grappling's not too good, Smolka. This is why I've been going back and forth on this fight. I do think Smolka gets back on track, though, man, with this one. I think he beats Tim Elliott. Tim Elliott scares me the way he holds his... I know Dominic Cruz is very technical, the way he moves and everything. I think Smolka cracks Tim Elliott at one point and knocks him out. So, yeah, I like Smolka. Probably a fight I'm going to be going back and forth on the whole fucking week. Right now I'm thinking Smolka, though, guys. Next fight is Bobby Green versus Rashid Magomedov. Quick on Bobby Green, man. He's an exciting fighter. I like when he comes to fight. Puts on a show every time. You know, if it's him getting knocked the fuck out or something, still good to watch. Still fun to watch. He got dropped by Dustin Poirier. Edson was way too much for him. His last win was against Josh Thompson almost 3 years ago. So, Bobby Green still struggling to look for that first win in 3 years. Fuck. And it's not going to be easy coming against Rashid Magomedov. Rashid, even though he's coming off that loss against Beneil, he's looked good in the UFC, man. You know what I mean? He's a real good striker. Clean fucking jab he has. And I like how he sets up the takedown when he needs to off the jab or off. He hits a 1-2 beautiful. His 1-2 is beautiful, guys. He's always pressuring you. He's always coming forward. Something Bobby Green, I think, is going to have trouble with. And his takedown defense is just fucking on target. So Bobby Green's going to have a hard time even taking down Rashid. I think this is Rashid's fight to lose. It's one of those Dagestan wrestlers, man. You know, Rashid's a monster. He's no level of Habib, but man, he's those Dagestan wrestlers, man. I never put I don't like betting against them too much, especially with a guy like Rashid, who I believe can be top 10 in this division, easily top 10 lightweight. But yeah, man, I really like him in this fight against Bobby Green. I'm taking Rashid Magomedov. I'll take him by decision 30-27, though. My next fight is a fight I'm pretty fucking confident about, guys. Just off the basis of what I've watched, Patrick Williams versus Tom Duquesnoy, the Firebird. Tom Duquesnoy's UFC debut, guys. Do not sleep on this kid. This is a potential UFC, if not a title challenger, definitely top 5 in this bantamweight division. He is a fucking killer. Will Martin, I heard him talking the other day. He said, like, this is probably the biggest guy to come out of Europe since Conor McGregor. So that's big, man. I've been watching some film on Tom Duquesnoy. This kid has a heavy left and right hand, okay? Heavy right, heavy left. He can hit you with anything. Fucking strong ground game, beautiful ground and pound. And he's going against, I think this is a very good matchup for him, man. Going against Patrick Williams, doesn't have the best takedown defense. Super chinny, gets knocked out real easy, or gets dropped real easy. I think Tom Duquesnoy drops him. I like Tom Duquesnoy inside the distance here. guys. No lines yet, but whatever that is, hopefully the lines aren't too stupid. I don't want duquesnoy like a minus fucking 400-500, nothing like that. Hopefully, but man, I think that's a very fair. This is one of my most confident picks. I think, guys, really like duquesnoy here. Moving on. Sorry guys, I know I didn't give you anything on Patrick Williams. I just think duquesnoy has that one. I really, really do, man. I'm super confident on that one. But the next one's Roy Nelson versus Alexander Volkov. Volkov doesn't look. I know he's big and lanky, long reach. He's gonna have 7-inch reach advantage on Roy Nelson. His last fight was against Tim Johnson. Tim Johnson cracked him. He fucking dropped. A lot of people had Tim Johnson actually winning that fight, but they gave it to Volkov. I gave it to Tim Johnson. They gave it on Volkov, I guess, on volume or whatever. Tough task right now, though, against Roy fucking Big Country Nelson. That is a tough task. Not an easy task for anybody in the heavyweight division, especially Volkov. Volkov is a good striker. As you can see, he is a little bit chinny, though. So Roy has that one, lands one, and it looks like Volkov's done for. And then Roy has the advantage on the floor. He's a black belt, man. He's a Gracie black belt. I think he's a Hansel Gracie black belt. So, you know, I think Volkov's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. And he has that world-class experience Roy Nelson has, man. He's been fighting for fucking years. He's been fighting. He was on the Ultimate Fighter 10 with Kimball Slice, you know? Brendan Schaub. He beat Brendan Schaub in the finals. He's coming off a loss, I think, with... he's coming off a win with Antonio Silva. Knocked him the fuck out in Brazil. And then he's coming off that loss before that with Derek Lewis. A little bit of... I thought he won that fight, man. But yeah, so he's coming off a nice knockout. I think he does the same thing. I think he knocks Volkov out third round. Late third round, Volkov looks like he's going to be gassed a little bit. Roy Nelson does tend to gas when it comes to later rounds. He's a big fucking boy. Probably takes a shit just right before he has to weigh in, so he makes 265. And, man, but I do like Roy Nelson here. Once he gets Volkov to the floor, I think there's no way when that big boy's on you, you're getting the fuck up. And especially if he's a Hansel Gracie black belt, there's no way you're getting up. His ground pound's ridiculous. And if it's on the feet, Roy Nelson has the advantage. So another fight I'm very confident in, guys. Moving on now to the main card, finally. Little Heathen, Jeremy Stevens, boys. I said that wrong. It's Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens, but Jeremy Stevens versus Renato Mosiano or Renato Carneiro, whatever the fuck this guy's name is. To be honest, man, I only watched that last fight against that Russian guy he fought. What's his name? Turgolov or whatever, and I know he fought Nimiaki. Oh, he fought Nimiaki a while ago, though. Okay, so it looks like he's super good on the floor. This guy is very good pressure fighter as well. He's gonna be coming forward a lot, but big problem against Jeremy Stevens. Coming forward against Stevenson is fucking cracky. Jeremy Stevens can throw about anything, and he's gonna land. If it lands, sorry, you're gonna sleep. You're gonna sleep. So I do have Stevens in this matchup by knockout, second round. But more on Jeremy Stevens coming off that loss on Frankie Edgar. He's been training obviously at Alliance with Dom. I think he's more than capable to take out a guy like this, especially if it goes to the floor. I don't think Hanot is going to be able to withstand Jeremy Stevens' talking. He has a heavy talking, man. Remember, this guy was a lightweight before, right? So, and he's cutting down to 145. Hopefully he makes the fucking weight cut. I know it doesn't look like he's been struggling the past couple of times, but do want Jeremy Stevens here. I don't think Hanato brings anything other than a jiu-jitsu game for him. I think that he's not gonna bring the power that to possess to knock out Stevens, you know? And if it does go to the floor, I think I give the edge to Stephens, man. Even, you know, like his top game on Renato is a different story. Renato, if he does he can lock up something crazy like a heel hook. He's known to use that rubber guard real well as well. Yeah, but I do like Jeremy Stephens, man. I'm going to be putting him on a couple parlays. I wouldn't say it's one of my most confident picks. I really, really, really do like Stephens, though. I think this is a big jump for Renato, man. There's no way he's ready for anybody in the top 10 even of the featherweight division, including Jeremy Stephens. So you know what? Fuck it. This is one of my most confident picks. I'm going with Jeremy, Little Heath, and Stephens. Knockout, second round. This is my second most confident pick, the next one, guys, okay? And it's Jacare Souza versus Robert Whittaker. And I see a lot of guys on this Robert Whittaker train. I know his boxing's clean, fucking beautiful striking. The way he uses his movements really good. He's on a 7-fight win streak. His last fight was against Derek Brunson, which was Derek Brunson, no clue what the fuck he was doing, but he pieced him up real good after that. He was just calm and collected. I see where a lot of people are picking Whittaker and why. He definitely has the stand-up advantage. That's it for sure. Jacare is no slouch on the stand-up though, but Robert Whittaker definitely has that boxing behind him, the kickboxing, everything. I think he has that right behind him. The only reason I'm saying this is my most confident pick is Jacare is a fucking animal. It's his time, brother. He's gonna win the UFC title very soon. And if you think he's gonna lose this fight and nullify his chances at Bisping or anybody who has that title, you guys are just I think you guys are wrong. This is a big play for me. I'm putting him on almost every parlay. I love Jacare here. I think he gets the win. I think he gets the win via submission on the floor, arm triangle, via second round. He's been a monster. I know it's been against Vitor Belfort and Tim Boetsch, but man, I don't think there's any way Whittaker is going to be stopping his takedown, and once it gets to the floor, it's done. It's done, guys. He's wrapping it the fuck up. He's called the alligator for a reason, okay? Jacare. He has that alligator skin. He's a fucking tough son of a bitch, and he's going to be so much bigger than Robert Whittaker, guys. Remember this. Whittaker's a 170. He's a 170-pounder, moving up to 185. Look good at he's been looking good at 185. Don't get me wrong. Jacare is a big 185er. Big boy. So I think he has the advantage, and he's no slouch on the stand-up. He's going to know what to do. It's not like he hasn't fought guys with crazy stand-up before. You know, he's fought fucking Gegard. He's fought fucking, and he beat Gegard. And he fought, who else? Yoel, he beat Yoel. Fuck you guys who think Yoel won. He beat Yoel. This is a guy who should have already fought for the championship. So I think he beats Robert Whittaker. I think he tears through him. He's a man on a mission right now. I see everybody that's picking Whittaker. God bless you guys, man. But I think it's Jacare's time, man. So big play on Jacare, one of my most confident picks, guys. Next pick, co-main event we had Rose Namajunas versus Michelle Waterson. Quick background. Both these beautiful women actually. Michelle, the karate hottie Waterson. Last fight was against Paige Van Zandt. Her comeback fight into the UFC. Before that, she was in Invicta for a while. Looked real good against Paige Van Zandt. Got that rear naked choke in the first round. Her striking is awesome, man. You can see Paige was really struggling, but I thought it was a bad matchup for Paige to begin with, man. This is a girl who's been training at Jackson Wink, you know, and been in the game with a lot of martial arts experience since she was young. When she was 17 years old, she got her black belt in karate. So, and Paige started MMA not too long ago, so like 5 years ago. So I thought it was a bad match, even though I took Paige because she's beautiful and that's my baby. But Michelle Waterson. I thought I did take Michelle Waterson a couple picks there to a couple plays. This fight screams over to me, guys. It says over rounds, over rounds. I think both girls they're both black belts in jiu-jitsu. Rose is coming off that loss to Karolina Kowalkiewicz, where I thought she was actually going to win. She's actually a pretty big underdog, or a pretty big favorite in that fight. Karolina looked like she just, manhandled her in that clinch. Obviously, she has that Muay Thai background. And Kowalkiewicz we saw what she did to Joanna, she gave her a real tough fight. But I'm not saying Michelle Waterson has that grappling ability against Rose. I think they nullify each other with the grappling. I don't think either one has a grappling advantage. If ever so slightly, I'd give it to Rose. I think she's no slouch on the ground. Her scrambling's amazing. They both beat Paige Van Zandt, except Rose beat the fuck out of her for 5 rounds. The striking, though, this is where the fight was. I've been going back and forth so much, but that it hit me that I was like, hey man, I don't think either one's finishing the other one. This is an over rounds. I think it's minus 200 on that. It's like paying $1.57. So I like the over rounds here, but striking. What is she? A Taekwondo black belt. Rose, and then Michelle's the karate black belt. So, all the skills nullify each other, man. These guys it all cancels each other out. So I think this is over rounds, over 2.5. You get it at minus 200 right now. You can go play that. I'm probably gonna. I always like to wait till the weigh-ins, guys, on Fridays to make my plays because I like to make parlays. But yeah, that's another one for me. Not my most confident pick, but pretty damn confident it's going over rounds. I think this is going to 3. Not to 3, sorry. This is going to the judge's decision. Who I think is going to win? Rose Namajunas. I'll give her 29-28 split decision. I think it's going to be one of those. I can see it going either way, though, guys. And finally, we hit the finale. Demetrius Johnson versus Hilson Reyes. So, Hilson... this fight's been scheduled before. Obviously, Demetrius is going for that record, record-breaking or record-tying title defense. Right now, it's 10th to tie Anderson Silva. And Hilson Reyes just fought Oka Sasaki or whatever. Didn't look too good against him. I know he kept getting those takedowns, but Oka was touching him up nice, stuffed a couple of his takedowns. And I don't see him bringing anything to this fight, honestly, to Demetrius Johnson. It looks like Demetrius Johnson, he had a little bit of trouble with the grappler in Tim Elliott, but there's several times he could have finished that fight. And I think Demetrius Johnson finishes this fight TKO 3rd round. I wouldn't be surprised if he taps out Wilson Reyes, even though Hilson's an incredible jiu-jitsu world champion, I wouldn't be surprised. But I think Demetrius Johnson definitely takes this. This is my most confident pick on the card, guys. Inside the distance, Demetrius Johnson. He is the pound-for-pound king for a reason until John Jones comes back. I think John Jones is the best fighter of all time. But Demetrius Johnson here, man, I'm thinking him on everything. He's a minus 900 or minus 1,000 favorite. So you got to take him inside the distance or under rounds or something. You got to do something unless you're going to throw him on a big parlay or something. But yeah, Demetrius Johnson definitely my most confident pick here. I don't see where he lies any flaws against Wilson Reyes. Stand up, he'll eat up Wilson Reyes. He can knock him out within seconds standing up. And once it hits the floor, Demetrius Johnson I think has the advantage. When it gets to, if Hilson lands on that top game, we've seen Demetrius Johnson with the best scrambles, amazing scrambles, So I give every part of this fight, I think lands in the favor of Demetrius Johnson. He's my biggest play on this card, guys. So yeah, man, there it is. And he gets that record. But there it is. There's all my picks for this card. Hope you guys like that. Everybody following. Remember, once again, hit up your boys. Hit me up on Twitter if you want, at the Sebs Show. If you have any questions, I'll be free to answer on any picks or anything. But yeah, hit the subscribe button. I'll be doing these once a week. Don't forget to follow Half the Battle, Will Martin, Rockstar Z, MMA Kelton, all those guys, man. God bless you guys. Have a great one. Till next time. Boom. We're out.